Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, All Things Trek 47. Bienvenidos and thanks for being here today. Today I'm going to talk about my top 5 tier 5 ships in Star Trek Online. Let's get started. Dale. So we're going to talk about the first ship, and that is, by the way, these are in no particular order, but the first ship I'm going to talk about is the Kumari class Andorian escort, and this is the tactical version of it. It has 10 console slots, 5 tactical, 3 engineering, 2 science, so you could, as you upgrade it, you get, I think it's up to maybe 12 slots after the upgrades if you use the upgrade tokens. And it's a maneuverable ship with 16 degrees per second standard on this ship. It comes with a console called the Phaser Dispersal Array Console, and it enables your ship's wing cannons to fire powerful area of effect phaser blasts. So basically right here are the cannons, if you can see where my mouse is at, and from here you'll be able to fire those cannons and do extra area effect phaser damage on your enemies. This is a fun ship to play around with. This one does not have the pilot abilities like the tier 6 version of these do, but it's still a very maneuverable ship. Again, 10 console slots, which is great, and can be probably upgraded up to 12 slots, I believe. And so you could fit all kinds of goodies into this ship, console goodies. And this also unlocks the Andorian phaser variants in your dilithium store, so you'll be able to reclaim those by spending some dilithium if you want to. It's a standard phaser. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I'd just use regular phasers on this instead of spending all your dilithium to make the phasers look blue. So it's kind of like a light blue, but kind of fun ship to play around with. I even like the design a bit of it, so it's a little bit older material on it, but still a fun ship to play, still kind of neat looking in my opinion. So let's go on to the next ship, and that's going to be the Armitage Heavy Strike Wing Escort. Now I don't know why I drew that out, but anyways, the Armitage Heavy Strike Wing Escort, it has a hangar bay, and that hangar bay carries some Peregrine fighters, but as you know, in the game you can get other fighters that are a little bit more powerful, so you have the option to place those on there also. And it has 9 console slots, so 1 less than the Kumari ship did, but again, you could use some upgrade tokens on this and get it to about 11 consoles, which is still pretty good. Now the nice thing about this ship is not the look, because I really don't like the look of this ship as it stands, but that's a personal preference thing. But you could actually make this look like an Akira class. So this will give you the Akira class skin. It is a ship that is very maneuverable with 15 degrees per second base turn rate. You can load cannons on this ship, and it has a hangar bay, and it's just a kind of a neat ship to fly around in. So if you want a ship that looks like the Akira class, get this ship right here. You can change the skin, make it look like the Akira class. You have a hangar bay, you can load cannons, and I believe it has some kind of console on it too. And let's see, it is the powerful torpedo boat that is equipped with a photon torpedo point defense system. So it says that when you activate it, the console fires a massive photon torpedo barrage at multiple targets in all directions. So kind of neat. To have that, it'll just spit out photon torpedoes at your enemy. The console will. That comes with this ship. All right, next ship is let's see if I can find it here. Scroll down a little bit. Is going to be the Odyssey. The Odyssey tactical cruiser is a great ship. It has a slipstream drive. That's the advanced quantum slipstream drive. So slipstream drive on most ships lasts for about 30 seconds, and I believe this is double that, so this should be 60 seconds. So if you're trying to travel in sector space from one end to another and it's going too slow, well, guess what? The quantum slipstream drive on this ship will help you get there a lot faster, and it'll last a lot longer at least twice as much as normal. So that's really neat to have. It also comes with an Aquarius escort ship, so you have a built-in pet that will fight alongside you. This is what it looks like right here, and that's kind of neat to have. But the nice thing about this ship, the thing that I like the most, is the fact that it's pretty tanky. So if you're like me and some of your ships are blowing up a lot, especially when it comes to some of the later in endgame enemies, this ship can be a little bit more tanky than most other ships that you'll find, which is really neat because it just gives you a little bit more survivability. But it's also a pretty good DPSer from what I hear, and it does come with 10 slots, 3 tactical, 4 engineering, these are console slots, and 3 science. So that means that you could, given upgrades and all that stuff, you can potentially get it up to 12 slots available and put all kinds of neat consoles in this. This is a 4-4 and 4-AF weapons, so it is a cruiser. It is slow to maneuver, but it is also, like I said, very good at survival. So survival is important to you. I recommend this ship. The next ship is going to be right under it. It's called the Regent Assault Cruiser Refit. I like this ship because it is basically a Sovereign class ship. In fact, you could change the skin from the Regent to the Sovereign. That's the Enterprise E for those of you who like First Contact and the Next Generation movies. So you can make it look just like that. But another neat thing about it is that this comes with a wide angle quantum torpedo launcher. What is a wide angle quantum torpedo launcher? Well, I'll tell you. Torpedoes usually fire on the ship at a 90-degree angle. So basically, it's looking like this. Now, a wide angle does 180. So basically it's, and I can't even do it, but pretend that my hands are going out this way. So you got an arc that goes from here all the way to here. I don't know if you can see that, but if you can, hopefully you'll understand what I'm saying. It's just a wider arc. So you can shoot from the side. You can shoot the torpedo from the side of the ship, broadsiding basically, instead of just forward. So that's really neat because I think it's the only quantum torpedo that we have in game that shoots like that to the side. Everything else is just pretty much straightforward. So your ship has to be facing your enemy to shoot that. With this, you don't have to. You could just be beside the enemy ship on the side of it and just shoot your quantum torpedo at them. So, and quantums, they hit harder than the regular photon torpedoes. So that's kind of neat too. Of course, the recharge rate's a little bit higher as well, but still they hit a little bit harder. So neat to have that. The console's pretty cool too. Metreon gas canister. I don't know how useful it is usually, maybe not too much, but basically it's the Riker maneuver where you let the Metreon gas kind of come out of the ship into space around your enemy, and then you shoot the Metreon gas and it causes a big explosion and can damage the enemy ships that are near your ship. So it's kind of neat to look at, but I don't know that it's going to do necessarily a lot of damage. The Regent skin's kind of neat. It's a little bit old, but it's still kind of neat looking. I think I like it overall, but I'd definitely probably just go with the Sovereign skin on it as well and just make it look like the Enterprise E. And my final ship is going to be the Romulan scimitar dreadnought ship. And of course, this is from Star Trek Nemesis. We see this for the first time, Shinzon's ship, a Riemann ship. And there's so much that comes with this ship. They can equip the Romulan drone ships, and the Romulan drone ships are some of the better pets in this game. But it comes standard with some Scorpion fighters, which is kind of nice. And it also has 10 console slots. So it's got 5 tactical, very heavy on the tactical, 2 engineering, and 3 science. So again, a total of 10 slots. You can potentially upgrade this to 12. It is slow to maneuver, very slow at 7 degrees per second, but it survives pretty good. It's got a pretty decent hull strength. And one of the really sweet things about this ship, though, is it has the Romulan battle cloaking device. So it's nice to have a battle cloak device, but it also has a console called the Cloak Barrage console, which will allow you to fire even while cloaked. that's a pretty neat advantage. The nice thing about if you were to get this Romulan scimitar with your tier 5 coupon is that now in the game, you could use Romulan ships on any character, right? You could use Federation ships on any character as long as your Klingons are level 65 and and your Romulan is Federation aligned. So these ships are interchangeable. So don't feel that you have to buy, or grab rather with a coupon a Federation ship for your character. You really don't, not anymore, not in this game. Not in the game, the way the game is these days. So you could actually use this scimitar on your Federation captain if you wanted to, just fine, no problem. So that's the neat thing about it. This is a really nice ship. Again, it could hit like a truck. If you build this the correct way, it could survive pretty well too. So it's really worth considering as one of your tier 5 ships. So hopefully that helps you out on what you should use your tier 5 coupon on. I shouldn't say what you should use it, because really grab whichever ship that makes you happy. In this game, it's not just about the DPS, it's not just about the consoles and all that stuff. If you're like, man, the Galaxy is my favorite, then go ahead and grab yourself a tier 5 Galaxy, which comes with a saucer separation. And that's really neat. Or the multi-vector assault escort, which, that thing splits apart into 3 different ships, and it's really neat to see. If that makes you happy, get that ship. But just want to let you know kind of what my picks would be for using in the tier 5 ship coupon on my free-to-play character. I'm going to choose between those 5. I don't know which one I'm going to get just yet, but whichever one I'll get, it'll be a decision made thinking about probably survivability. So maybe I'll get the Odyssey tactical cruiser. I don't know, or maybe I'll just get the Romulan scimitar. I guess we'll see. Stay tuned, y'all. We'll see which one I get. But those would be my personal picks. I hope that this has helped you in some way if you're still wondering what to get or trying to decide and are not quite sure. MC Stu has a really good video on why he's picked the tier 5 ship that he did last year. I believe the video is about a year old now. And, he was talking about console slots, and console slots matter, especially at the end game. If you're trying to do damage, the more console slots you have, the better, because you could fit in more things that can help bolster your weapon power, your survivability, your EPG, your science powers, all that good stuff. So, the more console slots you have, the more options you have on customizing your ship, so that it does what you want it to do. So those that have the 5 console slots available, those ships that have the 5 console slots available, are very desirable for that reason. So if you're wondering about that, definitely look through these ships and see how many console slots they have, and look for the ones that have a total of 10 slots at least. So again, hope this has been helpful. I'm going to end the video right here, but if you have any questions, feel free to check out the Discord page, ask your questions there. We'd be very happy to help you. Have a good one, live long and prosper, and enjoy that tier 5 token.